So, l'imparfait. The imparfait is used with a description, a habit, or an unfinished action. It's one of the past tenses, and it corresponds with the English I verbed, I used to verb, or I was verbing. So how do we form it? It's actually pretty simple to form. We take the nous form of the present tense of a verb, we take off the ons, and then we add the imperfect endings, which are ais, ait, ait, ions, iez, aient. For example, let's look at a regular ER verb like parler. The nous form of the present tense is nous parlons. So we remove the ons and we add the imperfect endings. So we get je parlais, tu parlais, ils, elles ont parlé, nous parlions, vous parliez, ils, elles parlaient. And as you can hear, apart from the nous and the vous, parlions, parliez, the others sound the same. Parler, 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 parler. Let's look at a regular RE verb like vendre. The regular nous form of the present tense is nous vendons. So we remove the ons and we add the imperfect endings. Je vendais, tu vendais, ils, elles ont vendé, nous vendions, vous vendiez, ils, elles vendaient. The IR verbs are a little bit different just because we have that special ending for IR verbs. Let's take the verb, for example, finir. Nous finissons. Now we take off the ons. We don't take off the ISSONS, which is that special nous ending, just the ons. That means that our stem is a little bit different. It's finis. So to that stem, finis, we add our imperfect endings. So we get je finissais, tu finissais, ils, elles ont finissé, nous finissions, vous finissiez, ils, elles finissaient. Okay? So it's a little bit different, but we just need to remember we just remove the ons. So we're left with that special stem. What happens if we have an irregular verb? Same thing. We just take the present tense of the nous form. This means, of course, we need to know our verbs very well. Let's take faire, for example. Our present tense is nous faisons. So we remove the ons, as per usual, and we add the imperfect endings. So we get je faisais, tu faisais, ils, elles ont faisait, nous faisions, vous faisiez, ils, elles faisaient. Easy. Let's look at another irregular verb, like prendre. And of course we know, because we know prendre very well, we know that the nous form is nous prenons. So we take off the ons and we add the imperfect endings. Je prenais, tu prenais, ils, elles ont prenaient, nous prenions, vous preniez, ils, elles prenaient. There's only one irregular stem in the imparfait, so it's actually pretty easy. Only one, and that is être. And you can see I've just put a cross right through some because we don't use any of that. The irregular stem for être is et, as you can see there. So what we do, we put the stem there, and of course I'm just going to change that. There we go. Get a pen, and because we've got this e here, we don't need that one there, do we? So it becomes j'étais. J'étais, tu étais, ils, elles ont été, nous étions, vous étiez, ils, elles étaient. Okay, so être is the only one with an irregular stem. All the rest take the nous form of the present tense. So if you know the nous form of all the present tenses and you know your imperfect endings, you can form the imperfect for any verb. So when is it used? It's used with a description, for example, a habit, and an unfinished action, as we mentioned before. So, for example, let's look at the description. We might have something like il faisait chaud. It was hot. We're describing the weather. It was hot, and it didn't change. It was a constant state of being hot, incomplete, hot. Le soleil brillait. The sun was shining. It's a description, and it's also an incompleted action. It's something that's going on and not ending. The sun doesn't stop shining. The sun was shining. Description. Il avait soif. He was thirsty. We're describing him. He was thirsty. Il était pressé. He was in a hurry. Forgot the little a hurry there, didn't I? In a. He was in a hurry. Il était pressé. So we're describing him, describing things. So that's the first use, the description. The second use is a habit, something that we used to do, that we kept on doing, and again that was incompleted. So let's have a look at some examples. Tous les jours, il faisait du sport. Every day he did sport. Now, tous les jours is a dead giveaway. If you ever see every day, you know it's a habit, you know it's going to be the imperfect. Every day he did sport. J'allais à l'école à Paris. I used to go to school in Paris. So in the past, at that time, I kept going to school in Paris and I didn't stop. It's a habit. It's an ongoing habit. And then our third use is an incompleted action, which does sort of follow on a little bit from our descriptions and our habits. But here's an example, something like Je faisais la vaisselle quand il est rentré. I was doing the dishes, incompleted action when something else happened, when he came home. So it's this ongoing, incompleted action. There's no finish to it. I was doing the dishes. And this often corresponds with the past progressive in English. Was doing, was verbing. Il faisait de la natation, je pense. He was swimming, I think. This ongoing, this incompleted action. So there we have the three uses, the habit, the description, and the incompleted action. So that's how to form the imparfait and how to use it. Au revoir et à la prochaine fois.